Hi everyone, this is Andrew with PrestoAPI. In this video, I'm going to show you how to generate an API from a connected database. In the previous set of videos, I showed you how to connect to various types of databases. So the first step in generating an API is to create a project. Let's name it tutorial. And I'm going to connect to a couple databases and enter in a project prefix. This will be the URL prefix for all the endpoints in your project. All right, we've created our project called tutorial, and the next step is to create our first endpoint. Let's name it movies and select the movies database. Now, Mongo Movies is a MongoDB database, and we are going to use all the default settings for this endpoint. And there we go. We have our first endpoint called movies. Let's test it out in the browser. And here we see all our data for the Mongo Movies. Let's beautify it. And here we can see the JSON and all the results here. Now I'm going to create another endpoint from our other database. And since Azure DB is a SQL type database, we have a few more options from what to select from. We have our table, our view, stored procedure, and custom queries. We're going to use table for this example and select the product table. Select the unique identifier. In this case, it is product ID. And let's go through some of these settings. So in the GET request, we have the columns to get. You select custom and you can choose which columns will be returned in the JSON response. We're going to select all. Custom query, this could be anything. It could be a select star from products and a join with another table. We're going to select no. Okay, so query parameters act as a where clause and will limit the response based on the conditions specified. So for example, you can do cell start date and cell end date, and this will find all the products between the selected dates. We're going to select no. Post request settings. You can choose which columns to post. Or you can select all, and all the fields in the request will be inserted. Custom query for just the post request. Same for the put request. You can choose a custom query. Now the query parameters for the put request will update all the records based on the following fields. So for example, this will update all the products with list price equal to a certain value. I'll select no. Same with the delete request. Custom query for just the delete, and query parameters would be deleting all the records based on a certain field. So hit submit. And we've created our second endpoint called products. Here we have a little bit more customization for the GET request. The cell start date and the cell end date will return the products between those dates. And the put request will update all of the products with the list price equal to a certain value. So there is our second endpoint with more customization. And the next video, I'll show you how to lock down these endpoints with authorization and authentication.